Philip Stoten. Welcome to James and Friend. Our friend today is Ryojiro from Fuji. Thank you so much for joining me. Can we start with a brief introduction, talking a bit about your background, and then we'll get into Fuji's involvement in the additive manufacturing electronics industry.
Okay. First of all, thank you for inviting such a good opportunity. I'm Ryojiro Tominaga. First, please let me talk about myself. So I'm one of the product development manager and working in the development center of Fuji Corporation. And my backbone is process engineering. So I got a PhD 17 years ago at the field of that organic material chemistry, and started working at a PCB manufacturing company. So at the company, I was one of the manager for new product development for cutting-edge semiconductor flip chip packaging. So at there, I think that I learned a lot about the process engineering and the reliability of the substrate and the quality controlling and the production and the certification, NPI process. So I think that was a very good experience for my career. And after that, around 7 years ago, I joined Fuji Corporation because I became interested to the Fuji's activity. And also, personally, I wanted to challenge something new. So that was my starting point.
Okay, very good. And once in the Fuji organization, how long was it before you were introduced to A.M.E., to Additive Manufactured Electronics? So
Fuji has activity related to the A.M.E. More than 10 years.
Okay, and what's Fuji's involvement? Is it machine? Is it process? Is it materials? Fuji tends to be one of those companies that works in lots of different areas of a technology.
Yeah, Fuji's main area is equipment. But also one of the biggest challenges is process development as well.
Okay, yeah.
However, the material, we are not a supplier and the chemical manufacturing company. So we have many partnership with chemical suppliers. We involved them and having a joint work.
Yeah, and I think it has to be a partnership, doesn't it, between equipment, process, materials, but also one of the things with additive manufactured electronics is you also need to think about the design process. So learning those design rules that are specific to A.M.E. is quite a complex task.
Yes, yeah, I think so. So designing the process is very important. Therefore, we have to very concerned about the CAD, circuit CAD.
Yeah.
So we've been some joint work with J.A.M.E.S. J.A.M.E.S. is one of the biggest software vendor for the circuit.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So tell me a bit about how you got to hear about J.A.M.E.S. and how that partnership developed.
Yes. So I think that difficulty of the A.M.E. is not only the construction of the technology, but also how to bring the users to A.M.E. So that they can put it practical use. So the partnership with the J.A.M.E.S. is one of the way to solve the problem. So through the J.A.M.E.S. platform, we hope to make the A.M.E. mainstream. So as my personal feeling, the PCB industry is very conservative. So it is very important to make users whom in the existing roadmap aware of the new options and encourage them. So this is a very difficult task for Fuji alone. So it is necessary for manufacturers of the AME equipment to take some joint approach to promotion and aim for the same world view, rather than being some competition with each other.
Yeah.
However, even if we move forward together with other AME equipment manufacturers, any kind of a direct partnership could be difficult because they are our competitors.
Yeah.
So, but we both, I guess, we both recognize the importance of the joint activities, but we hesitate to do so.
Yeah.
That is why the neutral platform, such as the J.A.M.E.S is necessary to bring out that openness of each company. And I have a great expectation for J.A.M.E.S as a place for the collaboration as a group of the AME providers. So I believe that J.A.M.E.S and the companies participating in it are all of the same mindset.
Yeah, I think that idea of collaboration is huge. I also agree with what you say about the printed circuit board fabrication industry being very conservative. They have their processes. They've been the same for decades, and they're a little bit fearful, I think, of disruption. So when you look at that and you do have to make that almost like mind shift for those companies, what are your expectations for the industry in the coming months and the coming years?
So our expectation for the AME to be a technology that can contribute to sustainable society. So the value of the AME is the ability to minimize liquid waste and waste materials, and the ability to reduce some transportation costs through the local production and the local consumption. So, for example, FM Trinity, so our machine will be able to reduce the liquid waste by as much as 95%, according to our own estimate.
Yeah.
So, as you know, the PCBs are usually created using subtractive method. So, the copper etching process or alkali developing process and so many wet processes produce a lot of the liquid waste. In contrast, AME is a non-wet process, so that deposit the necessary materials where they are needed. So with no waste.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's hugely valuable. I think that's a really significant benefit of it. So when you look forward and you think about AME, and you've been involved in AME for a while, what really excites you? What are the applications? What are the opportunities that you see the industry bringing to the world of electronics?
In the future, we hope that through this AME technologies, we can further transform the entire PCB manufacturing industry to be more sustainable. So I know that many manufacturers are already taking some action by using the renewable energy and reducing the liquid waste and conserving the energy. But I think it is also necessary to review fundamental manufacturing method. And one option for it will be AME. But I think that, of course, it is impossible to replace all PCB manufacturing with AME because of the gap in the quality and the cost and the productivity between the common PCB and the AME. So, but I'm thinking that there is some sweet spot where AME has the advantage, such as small volume production or quick delivery.
Yeah.
Or, some very unique forms device.
Yeah.
So the first step is to make AME mainstream in those sweet spot areas. So we'd like to work together with J.A.M.E.S to meet that goal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's really exciting, and what's interesting is it's a global effort. So you've got the activity you're doing in Japan. There are companies in Israel. There are companies in Europe. There are companies in North America all involved. Do you feel that there is one particular region that is perhaps more committed and is kind of pushing forward? Is Japan kind of a hotbed for development of AME?
Personally feeling Japanese company are a little bit little bit conservative.
Yeah.
So it's to have something change. So we should focus on not only the Japan but also other foreign countries like as North America or European companies.
Yeah.
So we have to think the global.
Yeah. And J.A.M.E.S is a global effort, so it's fantastic that you're part of that. Thanks so much for talking to me today, and thanks for your time. And thank you for being a friend of J.A.M.E.S. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
That's my pleasure.